enemy, familiar friend, my beginning.
I think we actually came up with the title, Innocence and Instinct, before we had really too much lyrical content established and too much was written. We kind of started brainstorming about what we wanted this record to be about compared to the first record, and the concept was just born that we wanted to kind of talk about how the human element of each of us having this duality within inside of us, where we have a good side and a bad side, and those things are always, one's present and the other one isn't far behind, and just kind of how those two things battle and war with each other. And so Innocence and Instinct was kind of just coined to represent both those things and ended up sticking as the title of the record.
I'll never be the same. I'm caught inside the memories, the promises of yesterdays, and I belong to you.
I'll Never Be the Same is it's one of the songs that kind of talks about what happens when we're at a crossroads and decisions made, or a significant event happens and how that affects us and how we move on from beyond that. Whether it's good or bad, I think the song was kind of born from something that wasn't necessarily good, but that ended up ultimately being a good trait. You know, something that was bad or tragic became something that defined you later on in life, and without it, you wouldn't be the same person, that same individual.
There's songs on the record that end in resolve, and then there's songs on the record that end, with, no resolution, and I think that's one of the songs on the record that definitely defines the innocent side of things.
I'm caught inside the memories, the promises of yesterdays, and I belong to you.
As far as Christians, God calls us all to be unique, and He's made us all unique, and we're all made in the image of Him. And so we have that common unifying factor, we, the four of us, that we're all Christians, and we've all been raised in Christian homes, and we have the blessing of having that foresight going into things, and that's what kind of defines us. But aside from that, even with some of the people we go to church with, there's a lot of things about us that are just different, that make us us. But I think that's what makes the beauty of God's creation so amazing, is that there's so much diversity, and what appeals to one person doesn't necessarily appeal to the next. And some people may be into heavier music, some people may be into softer, lighter music. But more so beyond music, I just think our Christianity is who we are, and our faith is who we are. It's something we never deny. At the same time, we're really careful about not being too flagrant about it, shoving it in people's face and offending people. And we just want to be who we are, regardless of where we're at, who we're in front of, and that's always going to be us.
We're all about integrity, and we're all about just making sure people understand where we're coming from. It's like, we're not about, like you said, shoveling, any sort of belief or anything down anybody's throats. It's just something that's worked for us, and something that, we consider ourselves saved by grace, and it's what we pour ourselves into. So.
Just after love.